Hello, this is Nas from NB Network Lessons. Hope you guys are doing okay. My today's topic of discussion is going to be Pythagorean Theorem, Algebra, lesson number 28. So, just to give you a motivation that Pythagorean Theorem is applied in, if you plan on studying engineering, it's applied in mechanical engineering, civil engineering. If you're planning on studying or mastering physics, it's applied in there. It's applied in engineering maths. So there are lots and lots of uses of Pythagorean theorem if you're planning to do advanced studies. So, but for your algebra course, you also must know that. So let's look and see what the heck is Pythagorean theorem. So Pythagorean theorem applies on right angle triangle, okay? And also one thing to note is that it applies on a flat surface. If you have a flat surface, it applies. If it's a sphere or a round shape, then it's not gonna apply. You know, you might have roughly the same numbers, but it's not exact. So keep in mind that Pythagorean theorem applies on a flat surface, not on a sphere, not on a circle, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this. This is a right angle triangle. This right here is, angle is 90 degrees, okay? This is the angle, 90 degrees. And this right here, we call it H. It is hypotenuse, okay? And let's say this side we call A and this we call B. So basically what Pythagorean theorem states that the length of this line right here, which we call hypotenuse, is equal to H square is equal to A square plus B square, okay? How do we know that that's true? Well, because we have done measurements. We've actually put in the numbers and we've done the measurements. We basically use the ruler to measure and make sure that what this theorem right here states is true. And we're going to try to see if we can look at an example. So for example, let's say this hypotenuse, right, this is 3, okay, and this is I don't know, maybe 6, okay? The length of this is 6, all right? Actually, I'm sorry, this is what we need to find out. This is right here is 5. So this length, let me put it in red so that you can see what I'm talking about. This length is 5, okay, and this length is 3, and we are asked to find what's the hypotenuse. Should be pretty easy peasy. I mean, all you have to do is apply this formula. So what you can do is you can say H square, hypotenuse square, is equal to A, which is 3 square, plus 5 square, okay? So then H square is equal to 9 plus 25. So H square is equal to 34. And then if you want to get rid of the square, you take square root of both sides and then you get square root of 34. Okay? So this is basically the base. You can put it in calculator and it'll give you like a 5 point something, you know. So then we've determined that the hypotenuse is under root of 34. Okay? And also you will notice that the hypotenuse in a right angle triangle is the longest one in length. And how do we know that? We know that because the square root of 34 is like 5 point something. Okay, I think 6. So which is more than this 5, which is more than this 3. So that's how we know it. Now let me ask you this. Is there a way, if I give you numbers and you can determine by using Pythagorean theorem and say if that is indeed really a right triangle or not? So let's see how we can figure that out. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Okay. Delete this 5, delete this 3, and show you. So now what I want to show you guys is that, let's say the length over here, A, is 1. Okay. This right here, the hypotenuse is given and it's 11 centimeter. And this right here, the base, we're given and it's 9 centimeter. If I've given you these values, is it possible that you can tell me that if this is really a right triangle or not? So let's see if we can determine and see if this is really indeed a right triangle or not. So I know hypotenuse square is equal to a square plus b square. We've already established that. So hypotenuse is 11. 11 square is equal to, A is 1, so it's 1 square plus, what is B? B is 9, so 9 square, okay? So 11 square is 121, okay? 1 square is just 1, and then 9 square is 81. So then we have 121 is equal to 82, which is not true, okay? In Pythagorean theorem clearly states that hypotenuse square should be equal to a square plus b square, and this is not the case here. So then in reality there must be like an angle, this must reside at some angle other than 90 degrees. So that's what we have proved. In algebra test, you will get a question like that. They'll give you the sides and ask you, find out if this is really a right angle triangle or not. So that's all I have to say today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everyone who watches this. And what I request you guys is to share as much as you can. You're sharing knowledge, and also sharing is caring. Take care of yourself. If you like the contents, go ahead and give me a like. Thank you so much.